Hello guys, good morning and welcome to Example. Good morning everyone. Please confirm me that I'm audible or not. My audio and video both are reaching to you. Please confirm me. In the last session, we have started the World Climatic Zone. So we have discussed some climatic zone like the equatorial climatic zone, monsoon type climatic zone, and the savanna type climatic zone and the desert type climatic zone. In the last session, if you remember that, we have discussed the several climatic zones. What is the basic difference between the climate, weather and the season? What is the basic difference in the season and the weather and the climate and the season? We all discussed these all the things in the last session. Firstly, before starting today's session, we recap the last class thing. And in the last class, we have discussed that the climatic zone which is stretched between the 0 degree latitude to 10 degree north and south latitude. This climatic zone is called the equatorial climatic zone. And some basic feature of this climatic zone, we have discussed that this region gain the maximum temperature and the maximum precipitation, and both result of the maximum temperature and the maximum maximum temperature and the maximum precipitation. There is a lot of the vegetation found. There is a high density of the vegetation found, and that is terms as the evergreen type of the vegetation. This region has the evergreen type of the vegetation. So in the last session we have discussed these things, and the next one, or the climatic zone, which is found between the 10 degree north and south to 30 degree north and south. The eastern margin of any continent has the monsoon type of the climatic zone, and the monsoon type of the climatic zone is the zone where the one, or you can say the approximate 6 month of the 6 month in the year has the high temperature, or the 6 month of the year experience the relatively less temperature or the low temperature. So during the high temperature or during the summer season, there is a mechanism evolved, that is the low pressure condition created on the surface and the high pressure condition created on the sea surface, and from that is why the wind movement of the wind is taking place from the ocean to land mass, and that movement of that wind bring the humidity from the ocean and results as the precipitation on the land mass. So monsoon climatic zone is the zone which has the heavy rainfall during the some month of the time period, some month of the year, and some month of the year is the dry months. So this is the eastern margin of the any continent, or eastern margin of a continent is stretched between the 10 degree north and 10 degree south, 10 degree north and south to 30 degree north and south latitude. This region experience the monsoon climatic zone, and the zone of the same latitude but in the central part of the continent. This zone considered as the zone where the rainfall is relatively less than the monsoon climatic zone, and this type of the climatic zone is called the savanna climatic zone. So in monsoon you should study the relative you should study relatively. You can relate this monsoon to this savanna climate condition for your better understanding. So in the monsoon climatic zone, or you can say the this stretch or this strip gain the precipitation during the 6 month, or this strip has the one dry season, or a period of the time which is the relatively dry, where the rainfall is low. So during monsoon climatic zone, or in the monsoon climatic zone, the winds are coming from the immediately coming from the ocean. So that is, these winds has the these winds is the humidity laden wind, and here is a amount of the humidity is high. That is why this region has the more water supply. Like in the present time, India, in the present time, this situation is occurring in the India, and you realizes that the we are flooding. In this time we are flooding, or the many region of the India is in the flood situation, because a lot of amount of the water supply is being done during the precipitation. So this region has the more water precipitation. But when these monsoon wind is reaches at this condition, or the central part of the any continent, the humidity is relatively decreases, and due to the less humidity in this region gain the less water than monsoon type of the climatic condition. So this region gain the less water than the monsoon climatic condition, and that is why this is the rainfall in this climatic zone is relatively less. So there is no sufficient supply of water for the big trees, and that is why there is an absence of the big trees, and there is a sufficient amount of the sufficient supply of the water is taking place for the small trees. So this region has the small trees. Why the small trees? Because there is no supply of the water for the large trees, because the large trees require the large amount of the water, or the extra water, or you can say the large amount of the water, and there is a water supply is relatively less. So small trees is found in this region, and the long grasses is requirement of the grasses for water is relatively less than the tree. That is why the long grasses plus small trees is found in this region in the vegetation. This region also gain the precipitation for a fixed time of period, and the fixed time of period of this climatic zone also experience the dry season. So savanna climatic zone is the some feature of the savanna climatic zone we have mentioned in the last session. In the monsoon climatic zone, when the dry season come, all the trees found in this region sheds all leaves at the same time. When the savanna climatic condition, whereas in the savanna climatic condition, when the dry season is come, during the dry season, the long grasses dry out. The long grasses is dried, and due to the dryness of the long grasses, it convert into the pale color, okay, in yellowish color, and the small trees shed their leaves. So in the savanna climatic zone, during the dry season, the entire surface, or entire, you can say, the grassland converted into the yellowish color, because dry grasses converts into the yellow from the green color. So this region is the savanna climatic zone, and such type of the grasses which is found in this region is called the tropical grassland. Such type of the grasses is called the tropical grassland, because if this condition is found in anywhere, then this climatic zone is suitable for the grasslands. This is the main feature of this landscape is the grassland, and this type of the grassland is named as the different name in the different regions. Like it is named as the Savannah Grassland when it is found in the African continent. So it is called the Savannah. Savannah is basically a grassland which is found in the Sudan and the neighboring countries. So in the African continent, this is called the savanna grass, and on the name of this savanna grass, it is this climatic zone is also recognized as the savanna climatic zone. So if such type grasses is found in the Brazil, if the same time of the grasses is found in the Brazil, then it is called the Campos. Campos is also the example of the tropical grassland which is found in the Brazil. So it is the Campos which is found in the Brazil. So savanna, Campos, and the another grassland that is called the Llanos, Llanos, Llanos. This is the grassland which is found in the Venezuela region. So in the Venezuela and the Colombia, this type of the tropical grassland is called the Llanos. So these are the grassland which is found in the tropical region in this type of the climatic zone, and this is known, these grasses are known as the different names at the different region. So you can remember these names. It can be in your examination, it could be in your examination. So you should remember these name of the gas. Name of the grasses, not the gas, sorry. When this monsoon when this humid laden wind crosses this section of the climate, this section of the continent, when this monsoon winds arrived at this margin of the continent, this is the western margin of the continent between the 10 degree to 30 degree, then this winds is completely dried up. Okay, so due to the dryness of this wind, there is not suitable condition for the rainfall. So this region does not experience the as much required rainfall for the vegetation. So this region does not experience the rainfall more than 25 centimeter. That means this region always experience the rainfall less than 25 centimeter. So there is no sufficient amount of the sufficient supply of the water, and that is why there is no vegetation density, or no more vegetation density is found. The vegetation which is found in this region, that is the result of the adaptation. Due to the adaptation phenomena, I think you studied the adaptation phenomena in your environment and ecology section. Adaptation is phenomena when any organism convert their physical and the mechanical process and the biochemical process according to the environment. That phenomena is called the adaptation. So due to the adaptation, there is a less amount of the water present. That is why here the vegetation is found in this region is requires the less amount of the water, and such type of the vegetation is called the xerophytes. So here is a xerophytes is present, and xerophytes are the vegetation which requires the less amount of the water. And some morphological phenomena of this xerophytes is its root is went in very deep due to the searching of for the searching of the water. So xerophytes are the vegetation of the deep rooted, and it's all leaves or the maximum leaves converted into the thorns, and the floppy structure or the stems are the very floppy. Such type you can take example like the cactus for the understanding of the xerophytes, because cactus is the best example of the xerophyte. So this region has the xerophyte vegetation. There is a less amount of the precipitation occurs, and due to this type of the phenomena, there is a biological productivity, or you can say the biotic productivity is very low. That is why it is termed as the desert. So you should understand what is the desert. What is the desert? Desert. अंकित कुमार, हेलो सर, हेलो। मुझे तो 2023 में एग्जाम देना है। ओके, कोई नहीं, 2023 में एग्जाम देना है, तैयारी से अभी से करो। यू डोंट हैव टाइम। पिंकी बदवार, किसका एग्जाम? मिस्टर अंकित, ठीक है, यूपीएससी का ही देना होगा। अगर यूपीएससी का एग्जाम 2023 में देना है तो आपके पास में बिल्कुल भी समय नहीं है, ठीक है, आपको बिल्कुल लग जाना चाहिए। यू डोंट हैव द टाइम, ठीक। अगर आप बिल्कुल न्यू हैं तो आपके पास में फिर बिल्कुल भी टाइम नहीं है, बिकॉज आपको एक वास्ट सिलेबस को कवर करना है और एक बड़े सिलेबस को कवर करने के लिए आपके पास में टाइम नहीं है. So this is the climatic zone we have mentioned, we have discussed in the last class. You should understand what is the desert. Many of the time people get confusion in this concept, what is the desert. When you heard about the desert, always in your mind, this is the desert is the region where the sands and extra things, but desert is not the area where is only the sand region is found. So desert is the area where its biological productivity is very low. So if you want to define the desert, you can define the desert. Desert is a geographical region where the biological productivity is relatively very low. That particular region is called the desert. Okay, so what is the desert? Desert is the it is not necessary condition in the desert that the temperature should be very high. It is not necessary condition there is a presence of the sand. So it is not necessary condition for being a desert of any particular region. So desert could be an area whereas the only rock structure is found. There is no sand, absence of the sand. Desert could be an area where the temperature is in the minus degree Celsius, in the minus below the 0 degree Celsius. So a region like the Ladakh is also a desert. Ladakh is also desert, but Ladakh does not have the sand particles. Ladakh does not has the high temperature. Ladakh has the low temperature with the rocky structure. So desert is not a region where the temperature is high and the sand particles is found. It is not the correct definition. It is not a definition at all. It is not a definition at all. The correct definition of the desert is the any geographical region where the biological productivity is very low. That particular region is called the region is called desert. Like Antarctica is the largest desert of the world. Sahara is not the largest desert. Sahara is largest hot desert of the world, whereas the Antarctica is the largest desert of the world. Many times we studied that the Sahara is the largest desert of the world. That is the wrong fact. The correct fact is the Antarctica is the largest desert of the world, and Sahara is on the second position. Sahara is in high temperature. Sahara has the high temperature. That is why Sahara is the warm desert, whereas the Antarctica is the cold desert. If anybody asks to you that what is the largest desert, the name of the largest desert, you always say that the Antarctica is the largest desert and that is the cold in the nature, and that is why it is also a largest cold desert of the world. And Sahara is on second position according to the area, and in the warmer condition, Sahara is the warmest desert of the world. Okay, so this climatic zone is this. ठीक है, अब इसके बाद में ये जो रीजन है approximate 30 to 45, somewhere it is written as the 45 and somewhere it is written as the 60. So don't be confused in this fact. Okay, so this climatic zone, we here suppose the ideal continent. We suppose the ideal continent. It could be flexible. It could be flexible in some latitude, between the some latitude. So don't be rigid for the concept of this. You should understand the concept. Area could be vary. So there is a variation. Maybe there might be a variation, but you understand the concept. So area between the area between the 30 degree to 40 degree latitude on the western margin of any continent, this area is this climatic zone is called the Mediterranean climatic zone. this climatic zone is called the Mediterranean climatic zone, because the situation or the condition is found in this area is mostly found around the Mediterranean Sea. So and that is why this climatic zone is termed as the Mediterranean climatic zone. Okay, so Mediterranean climatic zone जो है इसको आप देखो, the important feature of this Mediterranean climatic zone, there is a cyclonic condition created during the winter season due to the impact of the several atmospheric circulation. Due to the impact of the atmospheric circulation, or the you can say the different atmospheric cycle, there is a suitable condition created for the formation of cyclones around the or near the Mediterranean climatic zone. So this region, or the important feature of this region, is rainfall or more rainfall in the winter. Okay, this is the region where the rainfall is occurring throughout the year, but rainfall is more in the winter season than the summer season. In general condition, in the all atmospheric, in all climatic zone, the you can say rainfall or precipitation taking place more, or amount of the precipitation is more in the summer season, not in the winter season. But in this climatic zone, this is the exception. Exceptionally in this climatic zone, the winter season experience the more precipitation. So it is important feature of this climatic zone, and due to this type of the winter rainfall, this is the suitable condition for the production of the citrus fruits. This is suitable. This climatic zone is suitable for the production of the citrus fruits, and citrus fruits provided the citrus fruits works as a raw material for the wine industry. So citrus fruits is the raw material for the wine industry. So this region is also suitable for the wine industry. This region is also suitable for the wine industry. So this climatic zone is suitable for the citrus fruits production, and the citrus fruits is the raw material for the wine industry. So world's most famous wine industries are located in the Mediterranean climatic zone, and some countries where the area, we can take the example of this area, like the France. Champagne, one is the best brand. Champagne is from the France. Italy, Germany, Portugal. These are the countries where the Mediterranean climatic zone is found. And in America, you can say the California. In the South Africa, some section is also experience the Mediterranean climatic zone. So Mediterranean climatic zone, some important feature of the Mediterranean climatic zone, in this climatic zone, rainfall occurs more in the winter season than the summer season, and this the climatic condition of this Mediterranean climatic zone is suitable for the production of the citrus fruits, and this is the raw material for the wine industry, and that is why this industry is more flourished in this climatic zone. So Mediterranean climatic zone, and this is the zone where the impact of the westerlies is found. So this is the westerlies area, and when we reaches at the mid of the continent or the central part of the continent, here is the rainfall is relatively less than the Mediterranean climatic zone, and that is why it is also a region where the grasses is found. There is no vegetation, or there is no suitable condition for the large trees or the trees. So here this small trees is found in this climatic zone, but when you move from the equator to poleward, the amount of precipitation decreases. So this zone is gaining the less amount of the precipitation than this zone as well as this zone. So here there is no sufficient amount of the water for the supply. There is no sufficient amount of the water for the supply of the small trees. So there is no small trees is found. Here is only some grasses is found. So you can compare both the grasslands. this grassland has the precipitation, and that much of amount of the precipitation is occurring in this region, which can supply the water to small trees, not for the big trees, but it is sufficient for the small trees. But in this climatic zone, there is a no as much amount of the water is precipitate, which which can fulfill the supply of the small trees, which can fulfill the water supply of the small trees, and that is why there is an absence of the trees. There is only the grassland found, and in which not the long grasses, relatively the small grasses, because amount of the water is low. So if the amount of the water is low, so requirement of the water or the supply to the supply of water to the vegetation is also low. So here is the vegetation which water requirement is low. So this region is filled with the grasses. Although these grasses is very nutritious grasses, like the example, you can take the example of alfalfa. Alfalfa is a grass which is very nutritious grass. If you go to the homeopathic medicine, if you go to take the homeopathic medicine, you will say that you will look that there. Okay, many medicines are made from the alfalfa grasses, especially for the in medicine for the strength boosting or the booster medicines. Okay, so grasses that is found in this region, and on the name of the one grass, this climatic zone is called the steppe type climatic zone, and this type of the grasses is called the temperate grass, because it is found in the temperate zone. So some of the example of the temperate grass. So what is the temperate grass? I think you understand. Temperate grasses are the grasses which is found between the 30 to 45 or the 30 to 60, 30 to 45 or 30 to 60 in the mid of the or the central part of the continent, whereas the precipitation is low. So temperate grasses or the temperate grassland, it is known by the different name at the different region. So if such type of grass is found in the Russia and Ukraine, so if such type of the grass is found in the Russia and Ukraine, then it is termed as the steppe grass. On the name of this grass, the whole climatic zone is named Russia and Ukraine is steppe. If this type of the grassland is found in the Argentina, if this is found in the Argentina, then this grass is called the pampas. Pampas. If this grass, if the grass is found in the USA and Canada border, this grass is found in the USA and Canada border, and this is called the prairies. Prairies. Okay, so steppe, pampas, prairies. If the same grass is found in the South Africa, such same type of the grass is found in the South Africa, then it is termed as the veld, but it is written is as VELD, but pronunciation of this veld at the local level in the South Africa is not veld, it is veld, but in India it is asked as the veld. So you understand it, South Africa. If this grasses is found in the Australia, so this type of the grassland is called the downs in the Australia. So it is called the downs. If such type of the grassland is found in the Hungary, it is called the pustas. So pustas is the grass land which is found in the Hungary. Okay. So this is the steppe type grassland, and the climatic zone. The climatic zone found on this margin is called the China type climatic zone. This is the climatic zone where the mixed type of the vegetation is found. That means this is the not a distinct zone. This is not a distinct zone. This zone or this climatic condition has the some feature of the monsoon climatic zone, some feature of the steppe climatic zone, and that is why here is a mixed type of the vegetation is found. So this is not a completely this does not has the a distinct feature. This climatic zone does not have a distinct feature. This has the mixed type of the feature. That means some feature of the deciduous forest, some feature of the grassland region. So this is terms as the China type. ठीक है, एक बार मेरे को बता दो मेरी आवाज आप लोगों तक पहुंच रही है? आई होप आप तक मेरी आवाज पहुंच रही हो. ठीक है, देखो लास्ट में मैंने आपको अभी बीच में थोड़ा सा नेटवर्क इश्यू हुआ था. Laurentian type and British type. British type is the climatic zone which is best for the human being living. ठीक है, अगर इंसानों के लिए रहने के लिए जरूरी है, यानी इंसानों के लिए अगर लिविंग कंडीशन के लिए सबसे बेस्ट क्लाइमेटिक जोन अगर कोई है, दैट इज द ब्रिटिश टाइप क्लाइमेटिक जोन. ये ब्रिटिश टाइप क्लाइमेटिक जोन सबसे बेस्ट मानी जाती है. टैगा क्लाइमेटिक जोन is a climatic zone which is in this climatic zone there is a continuous you can say the snow falling is taking place.